Welcome to the InfoWars Nightly News. I'm your host, Jakari Jackson. It's December 11, 2013, and let's get straight into the news. Top story headline: Russia warns America, we will respond with nukes. Now, this article is from Paul Joseph Watson, who's been following the developing situation in Russia from the Summer Games to the Syrian conflicts, and now this. Addressing the threat posed by plans by the United States to install a missile defense system in Europe, Russia's Deputy Prime Minister Dmitry Rogozin today asserted that Russia would respond with nuclear weapons if it was targeted by conventional American missiles. Now, as you recall, earlier this summer, Russia was playing war games targeting who? The United States of America. Now, I'm not claiming that Russia wants offensive action, but at this point, they are definitely claiming that they are willing and able to defend themselves if they feel threatened. Now, Russia may feel threatened by this missile situation. They also may feel threatened by the Syria situation. You remember when our government said that the Assad regime crossed the red line, saying that Assad had used these chemical weapons, even though there's virtually no evidence of that. But there was evidence of the Syrian rebels with the black Al-queda flag in their videos playing with this missile delivery system. Now, I can't visually confirm just by looking at the video that they were playing with chemical weapons, but the rebels definitely do have some type of missile delivery system, and I think they are willing to use it, but don't blame it on Assad when you do. But that's the situation going on in Russia, so definitely be aware of this. If you have an ear to a head of state or somebody with some power, definitely tell them, keep this in mind if you plan to put those missiles over there. And we'll talk about missiles just a little bit farther into our broadcast. Cop who killed 13-year-old boy armed with plastic BB gun back on duty. You may recall this was a young man, I believe he was in California, Sonoma County to be exact. He was walking down the street with his BB gun AK-47 with an orange tip on it. At a glance, you may think it's a real gun, but if you paid attention, you'd see it had an orange tip. He encounters an officer. It seems that the officer just proactively opened fire on this young man. There was no evidence to point out that he was acting aggressive towards officers, no evidence to suggest that he actually pointed the weapon. The officer opened fire on him. He is a experienced officer, somebody who should know about these guns. And on the Alex Jones radio show today, Alex talked more about this topic.
Today is the day you may need to kill someone in order to go home. You cannot turn on the mean gene for yourself. Who will? Taking some kind of action, any kind of action is critical, he wrote. And it goes on with his writings. Ladies and gentlemen, you turn your mean gene on when you know a predator's coming at you. I wanted to turn my mean gene on with those police in Dallas, with those sheriff's deputies. But I knew my real mean gene knew to beat them politically and rouse the public to the threat. Because I want my life to be spent in something huge. I really want to win, not have some caveman fight with you out in the street. And I wish I could unlock your mind, but I know most of you have already gone too far. I can't. You're so on the power trip of the programming. We've lost you. Now, and that goes for the general public as well. But imagine they have all this instinctive shooting training. Video games were created so that they could get Vietnam troops to kill people instinctively. That's what Paper Target's popping up. Bad guy, good guy, lady with a baby. Now they have lady with a baby is the bad guy, if you're told. Instinctive shooting, Homeland Security. Kill the woman with the baby in her arms. Kill the 5-year-old boy. And that was confirmed by Homeland Security, and no one else picked it up. It was too extreme. No one could even believe that's what they're training for. They are training them to be absolute killers and get off on it and think it's manly.
And definitely our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of that young victim.
Now you can watch the Alex Jones Show live as it happens at Infowars.com/show.
You'll find links to all of our content there and a free 15-day trial for Prison Planet TV.
More than 60 movies and documentaries all in one place at Infowars.com/show.